Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. If you read the title for this, why does my hair look so disheveled? You can see that I am going to review The Last of the Talons. I'm not The Last of the Talons, it's just Last of the Talons by Sophie. This was released on the 27th of September, the day I'm filming this, but probably not the day this video is going up. And it is a new YA fantasy, definitely part of a series. I don't know if it's a trilogy or a duology. It could be a duology, it could be a trilogy. And we follow a story inspired, dipped into Korean mythology and legends, and we have a Korean author who wanted to tell this story and in a Korean fantasy inspired world. We follow Nina, who was 18 years old. She was part of this Talon gang, and then the whole gang gets destroyed and she has to work for like the enemy gang. She does want revenge though, but cannot do so because they're threatening her sister. And then the gang leader gets kidnapped by the Pied Piper slash a Rukkaebi, which is kind of like a mystical creature in Korean mythology. I don't remember if they're like a name for demons, but at least a magical creature. And she now needs to go and retrieve her boss back so that the second in command of him don't kill her sister. So they're going to a deal where she will retrieve him in 30 days. Then she meets this Rukkaebi, aka the Pied Piper, aka Rui is how they said the name was supposed to be pronounced. And he gives her another deal slash challenge, whereas if she kills him in 14 days, he will let her have the boss back. I mean, he will be dead then, but he will have his court let her have his boss back so that she can have his sister. She takes his deal because she's in this new gang, but she's also an assassin, and it's like the Reaper of Sunpo, which is like the kingdom they live in. So she's like really fierce and she just kills loads of people, and it's very cool. What to say about this book? I feel like I would sound very negative, but overall it wasn't that bad as I make it sound like. But I was very frustrated with parts of the book. It was very like, I wanted to shake it because I was just getting like, please, really, oh my god, seriously, like a lot in the beginning, and it was just very annoying. So I'm gonna try to go through the stuff. First of all, I'm a person who's always enjoyed YA fantasy. I love YA fantasy and I've been doing so for years. Growing up now though, like not growing up, but becoming older, I see there's stuff in the YA fantasy genre generally that is lacking for me. I want more complexity and I want more like, what to say, motivations and just complexity in the world, the magic system, the politics, more like actual development between the characters, instead of everything being so annoyingly obvious between them. And it's just something I noticed like in YA fantasy in general. And I wouldn't say that this make the book bad. It's not like this book is a bad book because it's a YA fantasy. I would never say that, because I know, first of all, the audience maybe is not me anymore, like other people picking up this book. Maybe they're younger or maybe they enjoy that genre more. We absolutely adore and love this, and there's nothing wrong with that. And part of me loves this as well. Like, I would get to it, but like I got really into the story. But it's just something about the setup and just how things are happening and the main character that just bugs me so much now, that it's harder and harder for me to overlook fantasies like this, whereas I can just say it's fun and fancies. But I wouldn't, again, say it's a bad book. It just falls into the traps of its own genre and age range, I think. And I feel like I always haven't liked, personally, people who like criticize YA just because it's a YA. But like, I read a bunch of it now, and I can see the trap fall so easily, and they are bugging me, okay? They're bugging me within this genre because there's so many restraints to the story that I wish was not there if it was new adult, if it was a bit more adult. But obviously, also, it could just be the story the author wants to tell. But it's just restraints in my head, and it bugs me. So we have our main character going into these deals. First, she's going to retrieve back the boss that I thought like she was loyal to, but it's very like unclear the motivations in the beginning. Like, I hadn't read the synopsis, which maybe I should have, but I feel like at the same time the book should give you the clear motivations as well. So I was unclear that she got him back. I didn't realize she hated him. I mean, this should have been obvious, but like, I didn't realize she hated him because I was unsure that I knew something bad had happened in the past, but I didn't know it was the whole gang had died. Like, I know it's called Last of the Talons, but like that could have meant anything. I thought it could have been like, she could be the last of certain people with abilities, something like that. But either way, she's gonna retrieve this boss and do all this stuff, and then her second in command was like, well, you can't go and get your sister because we will hunt you down and find you. So then she either, on the other side, decides to go into a magical mystical world that they also kind of don't almost believe exists, because she sees his tapestry, and that's why he came after them in the first place, like the Pied Piper, Ruri. Like, I guess she believes in Dan, but like she just goes there and in there and knowing he has supernatural powers with no plan whatsoever to get this dude back. But then, you know, she gets a new deal where he's like, oh, you can go in here, and if you just try to kill me, I will give him back. And what bothers me so much about this part is just like, she just thinks she can kill him. And I'm just like, he's a supernatural being. Why on earth would you think you could just stab him? Like, why would you do that? I don't know why. I would just like, if it was me, not that I am an expert in killing, but if it was me, I would just be like, trying to find a different way. Like, when she stabbed him like 3 times and he hasn't died, maybe it should fall into your brain that maybe you need other ways to murder this man, because clearly he's not a man, he's a supernatural being, like, girl. And then also, she's supposed to be an assassin, she's supposed to be like really cool and badass. She is just lying in her bed pouting, and I'm just like, girl, you have a deadline, you need to get your shit together. And it was just bugging me. I had no way that she convinced me that she was this Reaper of Sampo. Like, in no way she was this person. She was like the least convincing assassin I have ever read about. It reminded me, like, just to compare it to like Throne of Glass, like the first book where Selena was just like pouting and crying. But that was of course because she's been to trauma, and like, yes, Lena has also been to trauma as well, and I get that, like, the author wants to show them that they are not okay, and that's fine. But it's also like, how did this person survive? Like, yes, they've been to trauma, la la la, I get that, but like, how did this person survive? Because they are literally stupid. Like, I was just so frustrated with her just not doing anything, not planning anything. She was just going around with just like, I'm casually gonna stab him. And I was just like, screaming to the book, like, please. She was supposed to be, you know, smart, and like, I get it, like, she'd never done this before. If she was just like a random character, and then she was just thrown into this, and like, this was the only way of her surviving. Like, if she'd never done it, like, if she was like a naive, stupid good girl, fine. This was supposed to be an assassin that the people in this country feared, and she like literally never did a smart decision in this whole book. And like, how did she survive? That's what I don't get. Either way, then we also have like why Rui gives her this like deal in the first place. Obvious from the beginning. They have like a lot of banter. They're just like, we hate you, I hate you, I'm gonna kill you. And he's like, hey, I hate you too, I'm also gonna kill you. And she's like, oh, I hate you. And I'm just like, at least try to be convincing. I cannot even call it hate to lovers. I cannot even call it arc enemies to lovers. I can't, because it's just nothing. If you know from the first page that they are horny on each other, I mean, being horny on each other is different, but if you know for the first page that she's not gonna kill him, they're gonna fall in love. Like, it's not even a spoiler, because what's the point? And then they're also just together with each other for like, I don't know, a few weeks. But the thing is, though, it's like, she never hated him in the first place. She was just forced into this situation. So I don't get why she had all this hate towards him. And then suddenly all that hate turned around. Like, why did she hate him in the first place? He hadn't actually done anything to her, like, personally, except take a boss. So like, the utter hatred for him was just like to give them, you know, a bit of a spark between them. Because I didn't get why she was like that to him in the first place. But that's why he liked her. Either way, she was supposed to be sassy and snarky, but then she was also an idiot. I didn't get it. I don't know. And then we were supposed to be convinced that he was like the bad dude. He kept apologizing. He kept like taking literally her out on dates. And I was supposed to believe he was the bad guy. I was supposed to believe that she was gonna kill him in the end of the book. No. I was just so utterly unconvincing that it was sad. I kind of wish that we have a book like this where it's set up as like one of the characters is gonna kill the other one. And then just actually do it. And then we see the consequences of that action in the next book. Like, yes, maybe they even fall in love with them. Still kill that person. But now, like, the motivations for her killing him was just, like, I don't think enough motivation because like she didn't like initially want to kill him, but then she was like, I want to kill him just because I hate them out of the blue. So I don't know. But like if she had like proper motivation, like if she doesn't kill him, I mean, I guess she had proper motivation, like AJ was for her sister, then maybe like I will complain more if she had like even more deep motivations than she got. That was what I'm trying to say. But yeah, and then we have these flashbacks in the book to like what happens with the Talons, and honestly I didn't care. And they were very disturbing in the text because the chapter would start just with a flashback and we wouldn't know it was a flashback at first, and they did that in the beginning, like out of the blue, and I was just like, where are we now, what is going on? Realized the flashback was going after a while, but in the beginning I had no idea that it was actually a flashback, so that was a bit annoying. It was sad to know what happened, but then apparently the whole time the synopsis said what happened anyway, so we got this reveal of what happened, but we already knew what happened. I don't know, at least if you give us flashback, like, at least give us something shocking of what happened. I don't know. Past very, very sad. Very traumatizing for both of them. Boohoo, poor them. Either way, then we got to the ending. I'm not gonna obviously, I'll never spoil it, but it kind of got a bit intriguing. Well, we had some plot twist and some betrayal. Even though, again, I do think our main character was an absolute idiot to believe in stuff in the first place. And she literally just trusted people blind. She was literally an idiot. I, again, don't understand how she survived. But we got to, like, some reveals, some betrayals. It was a good time. And then we had, like, another, like, more magical aspect put in the story. I don't want to, like, say what it is. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that. In the end, yes, I was invested in the characters to see how it would go. I got emotional in the end when, like, the character got to meet another character again. Like, I cared for them. I just still think she was an idiot, you know? The story wasn't set up as something that it was not like that these two main characters hating each other for no reason at all. And if it was just set up like, I'm not saying that they should love each other from the first page, but just like, if it was set up better, and just like this whole deals that was set up as well, like that as well, if that was set up better too, I would just enjoy the story more. And if the main character wasn't so stupid. So that is my main complaint. Like, the deals didn't make that much sense to me, or like how they were handled. Main character was an idiot, and like this romance, I want them to be together because like that's what I'm supposed to want. But also I was just like, if you want them to hate each other, then make them hate each other properly. If not, then do something else. That's what I'm trying to say. But overall, like, the mythology parts, the world could have been more fleshed out, but it was definitely cool to see the, like, how you, in the end, care about the story. And I feel like if you don't bother about some stuff I'm saying here, it wouldn't bother you. It just bothered me when I was reading it. And, like, in the end, Lena grew on me, okay? It's not, I don't hate her, I just thought she was stupid. Like, I was surprised that she had survived this long. But I don't hate her, and I want her to be okay. And I'm definitely curious about her, how her character will go. I am curious how these two people would work together in the future, and I want to see what happens next. I want to read the next book. And also, the final cover is absolutely beautiful. I might have popped the picture earlier in the video, but I will pop it out now as well. I really enjoyed the look of that, and like, I enjoyed it. I think in the beginning I was like more disliking it because of the setup, as I said, but like as the story went on and things developed, like, I did have a good time. I did end up caring, even though also, as I said, this sounds very negative, but this is just my criticism that I have towards it. But yeah, I thought it was some interesting reveals, some interesting betrayals, and a good time, even though it really just stems from our main character being an idiot. But that's fine. But yeah, I ended up, I think, giving it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I think 3 is a bit low, because I ended up, like, feeling stuff for the story in the end. And I think 4 is a bit high because of the frustrations I had in the beginning. So we are going for the middle ground. But yeah, I could recommend this. I could recommend this for a fine, chill fantasy, but also, you know, not following white people, which is also great. Like, you know, I'm for an Asian fantasy always. And just like, it's a book I would recommend because it's also like really easy to recommend, because I think it easily can appeal to a lot of people. There's nothing in here that is like not for people, I would say. It was good. It was a book that can be enjoyed by a lot of people. I was just frustrated by parts of it. But that's just my view on it. A lot of people, I think, maybe wouldn't care about the parts I talked about. But yeah, that's it. I think that's it of what I want to say. It became a bit longer because I was really passionate about the idiot of a main character that we had. She did grow on me. Sure, she will be even smarter in the next one. And yeah, I think, as I said, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a feather emoji down below if you enjoy this. You will see me soon in a new one. Check out my Patreon down below if you want to support my channel further. Bye bye!